Aloha and welcome back to the HIbiscus Ohana kitchen. Today we are making shrimp Alfredo and we're going to make our Alfredo sauce from scratch. These are the ingredients that we're going to use. Of course, we're going to have some fettuccine for our noodles. For our sauce, we are using heavy whipping cream, Italian seasoning, Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper. We need 1 stick of butter for our sauce and 6 cloves of garlic, and we need another half stick of butter for sauteing our shrimp. And additionally, I'm gonna make this a little bit more healthy for my kids, so I'm going to add some cauliflower to the sauce to hide it in there, and we're going to immersion blend everything before we assemble it together. Also, I'm also going to make a little Creole seasoning to go on the top, so make it a little spicy for those who like spicy Alfredo. So come along as we prepare this meal and tell us what you think. So to our saucepan for our sauce, I'm going to assemble it here off the stove, off the heat, because we want to bring it up to temperature slowly because we don't want to scald our heavy whipping cream. So I'm going to add in my stick of butter. I'm going to put my entire whipping cream in here. This is a pint of whipping cream. All right. Then we're going to get about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. A little black pepper. We use also a teaspoon worth of Italian seasoning. Sorry, 1/2 teaspoon worth of Italian seasoning. And I'm gonna put in some minced garlic. I'm going to use my garlic crusher to save some time. All right, now I'm just gonna also add in a cup of rice cauliflower. That's frozen rice cauliflower. I'm going to take this to the stove and we are going to heat it up over medium heat until it gets hot enough so that we can melt in our Parmesan cheese. Also, before I started heating my pot of water and I salted it for my noodles. All right, now as we wait for our sauce to heat up, I'm going to make the Creole seasoning. We need for this salt and pepper, some oregano, some cayenne pepper, cumin, paprika, onion powder, and garlic powder. And first, I'm going to start off with adding 1 tablespoon of salt. I'm using pink salt. I'm going to add my pepper, maybe about, to that tablespoon, maybe 1/2 teaspoon pepper. We're going to add some oregano, about 1 teaspoon of oregano. That should be all of this. 1 teaspoon of cumin. teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of onion powder, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. Then we are gonna add our cayenne pepper. The more you add, the hotter it is. The paprika already gives it a little bit of spice, but if you want a little bit more, you can get some cayenne pepper, and I'm going to add for ourselves here about a quarter teaspoon, a little bit of spice. And you just mix it together, shake it up. Make sure it's well incorporated. And you have a basic Creole season. Alright, slowly coming up to temp. I'm going to increase my temperature probably to about medium, between medium high and medium. So my butter's beginning to melt. Things are going to get incorporated as it comes up to temperature. Alright, now we're going to put in our noodles. Our water is boiling. We're just throwing our noodles, and we're going to give it a good mix so the noodles don't stick together. Fettuccine kind of likes to do that because they have large flat surfaces, and you just stick if it's too starchy. We're just gonna cook this until our pasta until it's al dente. Okay, our milk is up to temp. Everything's boiling there. Now we're going to add in 3 cups of Parmesan cheese. More. It's 2 cups of Parmesan cheese. And we're just going to mix that down in until it melts. If you want it more cheesy, you can add in more cheese. And just let that melt in there. We turn down our temperature to a low simmer. We cook that for about 3 to 4 minutes. When that's cooking, I'm gonna stir my noodles so it don't stick, so that make sure it doesn't stick together and it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot. Now I'm gonna get my immersion blender and blend everything in so it's all smooth. Alright, now that everything's mixed and all smooth, I'm gonna cook it for probably another 5 minutes on medium-low heat, and our sauce will be done. Alright, now we're gonna cook our shrimp, which I already defrosted. It had it frozen, defrosted it in cold water, made for about 15-20 minutes. And to our pan, first we are going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil. Our pan's already heated, and we're going to add half a stick of butter. Going to go right in and add some shrimp, let it melt. Need to add some pepper and a little bit of salt. Shrimp cooks very quickly. You don't want to overcook it. It gets hard and it gets all chewy. You also don't want to undercook it. Because you don't want to eat undercooked shellfish. No one wants to have a tummy ache after. Eat it.
Is it ready?
Nope. The best way I found taking my noodles, not by time, not by throwing against the wall. You break off a piece and you taste it. You get the texture that you want it to be. Turn this on. One more time. The shrimp is done. And so let's get that. You're gonna take it off the heat because you don't want to overcook it. My noodles are done. I've strained it and I put it right back into a pot. Now we're gonna assemble everything together. So I get my shrimp, butter and all is gonna go in here. And then I'm gonna throw all of my sauce in there. You can see, you can't see any of the cauliflower that I put in there because I blended it all in. Should get all the sauce out, don't want to waste that goodness. It's gonna give it a good mix. Just gonna mix it all up, make sure everything's incorporated. And our shrimp Alfredo is now done. Time to serve. Okay, now I'm gonna serve our Alfredo. Plate it up. Get a good Mexican. Get our noodles. Make sure we got our shrimp on there. We're gonna throw on some of our Creole seasoning, not for our kids, just for us. So we like the spice. And here is our shrimp Alfredo with our Creole seasoning. So, what do you think?
Abba.